We have on the phone line now Mayihlome Tshwete, that is the Treasury's spokesperson. Very good afternoon to you, Mayihlome. Thank you for joining us.
Good afternoon, Aubrey, and good afternoon to your watchers.
Mayihlome, we have noted with interest how the Ministry's press relief refers to the audit report that was broken, the findings by ANN7 as claims. Would you like to explain that? Are you not aware that this is an internal audit that is authenticated?
Well, we're referring to a report that implicates a number of principals and officials. So that's what we refer to as the report. The forensic report is there and still being looked into is a matter of fact, and that hasn't been concluded yet, and that's going to be communicated once it's concluded.
Mayihlome, it sounds like Treasury staff is in denial here. Are you guys double speaking? On one hand, you say that you value and you stand for transparency. On the other hand, you're underplaying your own audit reporter's claims.
That audit report has not been completed yet. There are elements of that are still being investigated. I think what would be dangerous for us to do is to speak on something that hasn't concluded and implicate and cast aspirations on people's integrity before that process has been completed. We resist that in any form, whether it comes from different spheres of society. I don't think it's the right thing to do. Once we have completed everything and all the answers have been answered, we will then make a very clear statement on what to do with those implicated in any wrongdoing, if any.
Mayihlome, I beg to differ with you there. We have it on good authority that this internal audit report was concluded in 2016 and it was handed over for recommendation. Are you saying this is not accurate?
I'm saying that there are elements of that audit that are still being looked into. That's what I'm saying.
But it was concluded. If it was completed, then what is still there to look into?
There are elements of it that need to be looked at in terms of which companies were involved and which officials were involved. So all of these things have not been concluded yet. Asking me the same question repeatedly is not going to make me give you a different answer. So while I understand that you want to get to the end of to the bottom of this, so do we. And once we have concluded on the matter, we will communicate it. Hence, we said we have noted your report. If Treasury was in the spirit of denying that there's any wrongdoing, we wouldn't have come out with the statement that we did. We are not being dismissive of the report, nor are we being dismissive of the severity of what is being looked into. All we are asking for is an opportunity to conclude and to come out with all the elements that need to be addressed when we conclude.
Mayihlome, just to make sure we're on the same page, are you also referring to the internal audit report that ANN7 has in their hands, or are you speaking of a probe of a different audit report?
I'm speaking to the matter into the management system that we are currently looking at, that your report also spoke to.
Right, Mayihlome Tshwete, their Treasury spokesperson, joining us over the phone line, giving us a reaction with regards to the ANN7 Treasury expose, saying they are still looking into the internal audit report that ANN7 has in its possession. We do know that it was completed in 2016 and handed over for recommendations. However, he says there are still issues that they need to authenticate within the report and companies that were involved in the processes that are involved in that internal audit report.